Hi, I'm Thelma of Seasonal Crafts and Creations. Welcome back to my channel and welcome if you're new. For those of you that's new, if you like the video, please hit that like button, the thumbs up, and subscribe to the channel. Hit that bell so you won't miss any future videos, and leave a comment. I'd really like to hear from you. Okay, today I have for you several DIYs from the Dollar Tree. So without further ado, let's get started. I want to turn this down so you can see. Let me turn this around. Now, this sign came from the Dollar Tree, and it's the Noel. I accidentally picked up two, so I decided to go ahead and use this one for this project here. I took off the labels and I sanded it down, and I'm going to use some of this wavery chalk. I have ivory because I'm out of white, and you want to paint at least 2 coats on this and get it all the way. But just in case you want to use the other side, be careful going around the edges like I am, and just paint the entire sign here. But while you're painting, make sure you have nice even strokes. That way it dries and doesn't look like you went left to right or straight up and down. It just makes the back on this that we're using look more nicer. And again, be very careful going around the edges. It doesn't take much of this, really. Let me know once we finish this whether you liked it or not, or if you're going to do it but do it differently. Leave in the comments how you're doing yours. And we're almost finished. And then we'll lay it aside and let it be drying while we're working on our next project. And do a good look over, and just, if there's any thin, just take your brush and just go right over it. So I'm going to take this and lay it aside so it'll be drying while we're working on our other projects. Our next project is this little wooden Santa that I picked up. I had it in a haul, a couple hauls back. It's just Santa on the front where you paint it, and on the back, and there's a little box right through here where you can put something in it or just leave it as it is. But take a pencil and draw from the top of the hat right here And on the other side, what I'm doing is making it easier so you can paint. Okay, now you will need some white. For the beard. Go ahead and paint the little stand too. And because you want the stand to look nice just like the Santa Claus. Now, if you don't know what you can use these to put little picks in to put pencils in, any little things, little candy canes just to make it look nice. Well, really, I'd say the whole thing right here is going to get painted white, except for his nose. I'm going to mix white and pink together and come up with his nose. Just a little bit now. It's very easy to do. Just paint it the way you want it to be. Let me know how many people like doing these little wooden box paint. I don't know what they're called. It doesn't say on the bottom. It just says Decor. Let me know how many people like painting these. Okay, now go ahead and do the sides. Just nice, even back and forth strokes. Do your little stand too over here. Some of the paint that dried on the lid came off. Just put you just a little bit right there. That way you can get all this. Because you want it all to be painted. I did the pumpkin and leaf, I think it was. No, it was an owl for the fall boxes that they had. And those were pretty easy to do. I'm just trying to get this paint off here so it doesn't dry. And paint the outsides. Now just flip it around. And let's do this side. Okay, now we're going to get for the hat red. And I have one of these little pom-pom balls. We're going to go ahead and paint this white, and once we're finished, we'll glue this on right there. Okay. Alright, now put some red right in on top of the white. Paint the hat. You can get glitter and put on this too. I was going to, but I forgot to get red glitter. And after it dries, just put some Mod Podge on it and get white glitter for the white part of the hat and the beard, and if you want over here, and get red for the hat and some real light pink for his nose. Tell me how many people finds painting or doing crafts in general relaxing. I really enjoy it. Now let's go ahead and put another coat over top. Now, hold the sides and do the inside right here on top, because that might show. And if you want to, if you're going to sit this in front of a mirror, paint the white of it, paint the back of it, in case you put it in front of a mirror. That way it won't just be plain old wood showing. And just nice even strokes in there too. Okay, now all we need to do is mix this white up, the red that has the white in it. Put a little bit more white. You want to make this like a real light pink, and we'll give them some rosy cheeks too. Okay, get most of the paint off of your brush, because you don't want it to go over into the beard. So, just real easy. It's my first one of these I've painted. I'm talking about the scent. I've painted wooden decor to paint before, but not not the Santa. And there's a couple of other ones I haven't painted yet. Now, just put just a little bit on his cheeks. Okay, now let's get the pom-pom. If you want, you don't have to put one on. I need a stick of glue. Okay, let's see. Let me see which would be the easiest. I'd say just going around the circle, because you don't know what end to, where to put it at on the pom-pom. Alright, and here's the little Santa. Now once it dries, I'll put something in it and I'll give you an idea of what you can use this for. Okay, next we're going to paint like it's stained though, because we're going to use burnt umber and white to tone it down a bit. And we're going to use it on that first project that we painted, but it has to dry first. Get you some burnt umber. You really don't need a lot, just a little. Play around with the colors, with the paint, until you get it to your desired look. See how it's already lightening that and coming up with a new shade? You can add as much white as you want, or any other colors. It doesn't have to be burnt umber. It can be any color, black. Just go over it in one direction. I love these little signs they've got right here. They really put a project together. If you have an idea on what to use them for, instead of like wreaths or flower arrangements or something. Okay, now let me pick this up so it doesn't stick. Now, get another, I've got typing paper that I'm putting mine on top of. So take it somewhere, sit it down, and let it be drying. Okay, our next project, you will need some of this poster board. It's the thick kind, not the, this came from Dollar Tree for $1, the thick poster board, but the thin kind that is real thin is 50 cents. Don't get the 50-cent one. You'll need one of these snowmen, and I just happen to have this tree, but you can either go to the Dollar Tree, they have trees, and Walmart has trees. Walmart's, they're like 98 cents, and you can get them at the Dollar Tree, as we all know, for $1. And get you some of the ribbon. Make a little bow. I used this one last year on something else, but it's just one of those bows that I showed you in Thelma's Bows. And you will need the little snowflakes. These are the snowflakes. I had to pause the camera to find them because my other stuff I'm working on was on it. But they come in clear or blue, and the only ones I could find are the blue ones. But you just need a couple of them. Now, you'll need a ruler too, and a pencil, and your hot glue gun. Take your snowman. So go up to 13 inches. Just make a line right there so you know. And then go ahead and go over 13 inches. Measure it out real good. It's very easy. Don't need this up here. I measured at the wrong spot. Even it up. Now just cut it. Oh, and you will also need some ribbon of your choice. I chose the plaid and the snowflake. These were new this year. I didn't see them last year at Dollar Tree. And let's just cut it out and okay. Sorry, I thought I paused it for a minute. But get your sign out like this one. Figure out where you want to put your bow. I would have edited that out where I put the little centerpiece, the snowman centerpiece, and pick this up, but my editing thing isn't working, so I really didn't mean to do that. Okay, if your Chanel stem is longer, just cut it. Okay, that got a little bit of the ribbon onto the sign. Now what I'm going to write is we believe in Santa. Okay, now all you have to do is glue the believe on. Just put some glue in a few spots here and there, just enough to make sure it glues. If it's not sticking in some areas, just go back up with it. And go right under on the sign itself. Okay, now I'm getting a black Sharpie and just going right over the lettering where we wrote. Now yours doesn't have to be "We believe in Santa." It can be "Santa stops here" or anything. I don't think the 3 words or any of that, but anything that goes along with one of the wordings, or you can just spell it all out. And you can paint your words on. Use stencils, however way you feel. But me, I am just getting back into this where I'm writing, and this is the easiest way for me to do it until I get more experienced. But try to just go right over the pencil that you penciled this in with. Okay, and the Santa on this can actually be bigger, like start here and go over. Kind of misjudged that a bit. But this is the first one I've ever made over on the back, I do believe. Put your little bow on. Arrange your tails. And this is the finished product. Now you might want to get your ribbon back, and all you have to do is just twist it and feed it right back through. It might take a second depending on there. It only takes a few seconds to get it through there. I'm really slow when it comes to tying. My fingers got a mind of their own. Alright, let me show you this again. This is the sign. Now I'm going to get the Santa, and I'm going to show you what to do with that. Okay, now with the Santa, I have these. There are 3 different ones that came from the Dollar Tree, these picks. One's with Santa, Christmas tree, and a few other things on them. This is the snowman one, and this was just candy cane and the twirly things and the big ornaments. What you do is you just sit these in here. No need to glue them. Just make sure they're down in there. And just arrange them. Well, I didn't have trouble with this with the snowman. Okay, you just want to push them down in there. Now, I did get these little red and white pom-poms, I call them, and it's a pick too. It has one of these on it from Walmart for 98 cents. And I'm thinking, if it'll fit, just put it straight down in the back and fluff these around where the reds are on both sides, like this. And here's this little Santa display or centerpiece. It could go on your fireplace mantle, your end table, your island, or in your kitchen on your counter. It could really go anywhere. And the last thing that I have, you need to get you some of this real narrow garland. Now, in this foam scatter from the Dollar Tree, it's Christmas. It has stars, snowflakes, Christmas trees, and the Santa boots. Measure from each side of your door or where you're going to put it, and tie one end off. Now leave space. I always do mine with my finger, and then that's where you're going to hook it up to your nail. Okay, and there that is. Now, get your scatter out. Alright, need to move everything up out of your way and leave space, and make sure your glue gun and your glue sticks are ready. Now, get one out of each. Start about right here, about 3 inches away from the where you tied that for your nail. Or no, let's just go right up, right above it. I think that'll be better. Just make sure you know where the spot for your nail is. Get your glue gun, not your glue. Okay, now get your star or whichever one you want to go next. And once you push this down, make sure, once you feel that it's sticking, bring it up. That way it's not sticking to your table or whatever you're using, your workstation, because you don't want that. And you just constantly do this over and over until you have a long string of garland. So it's best to buy 2 packs of that foam. That way you make sure you have enough. And then I'd buy another one. That way you could decorate like a vase with the foam scatter in it, or a bow. And it's something in the room that blends in with your garland. Okay. Just make sure they stick. Now do the same thing. I'm just going to go ahead and dump my whole thing out. Now do snowflake, star, tree, and the boot. Okay, and let's just do that all the way over to the end, and make sure you leave enough room just in case you cut this too long, the garland, so you can tie it off and still have room to put the last ornament on. Okay, it looks like that it's going to take, because I'm going through here, that way I can give you an estimate of how many, mine on a regular size door, how many it takes to do it. I'm just laying them there. Straighten out your garland, the little garland. And you can always take the bigger foam scatter and use it to make a garland too. And just go through and put them all on. I think this is going to be beautiful, especially with the glitter and then the garland shining from the light. Okay, it looks like I have one each of every one, the snowflake, star, and tree, and boot left. And this is on just your regular size door. I don't know what made me come up with this. I just seen, I'm like, I'd like some different type of garland besides what goes, you know, what you buy. And I seen this scatter at the store, and I just had to get it. Alright, I want to thank you all for stopping by and checking out my channel. If you liked it, hit that subscribe button, hit that like button, subscribe to my channel, and hit the bell. That way you will be notified when I upload a video, and leave a comment. I'd like to know what you thought of today's episode, and which one you're thinking of not redoing, you ain't done it yet, doing for your own craft, and what you think of how these turned out. Alright, I want to thank y'all for stopping by, and I hope you have a safe and happy day. Until next time, bye.